And that pretty steady at 23, gusting to 35. Quinn sends it long. And a wind-aided kick, 5 yards deep.
And you already see it carrying over early on into this ball game today.
Love motions out, 8 in the box. They'll set up the screen. And the far side rumble by Will Pauling. Dylan Lonergan, 7th start of this season. And the handoff to Turbo Richard, who's now healthy. Injured his shoulder way back. Chilly afternoon. Fighting Irish get it back, their second possession. Jeremiyah Love will test the right edge and nothing doing. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Making his first career start for the injured Billy Schroth.
6 in the box, he'll bring some heat. Carr. Pass will be grabbed at the 44. Raritan, the tight end, and Eli picks up the first, a gain of 15.
Well, this is going to be a really fun matchup to keep your eye on today. Raritan versus KP.
His 22nd grab of the season. Picks up the first on 3rd and long. Carr, the hesitation. And towards the 40, corralled quickly by Will Pauling, a gain of 17. 3rd down and 9, 5 minutes in. And Love with a handoff to the perimeter. Easing his way through traffic. And brought down inside the 34 by Quan Williams. On 4th down, first big play of this one. Broken up. And the linebacker eased over Omar Thornton. Their second possession of this game. To Bond. Keeps his balance. Picks up the first down, and Lewis Bond, one of the top wide receivers in Boston College history.
They're late on the pass off. Great play design by Lawing.
Screen pass behind the line, and lassoed down quickly was Bond. It's Lonergan, the Alabama transfer. Got the start. Second possession for BC. They'll send the screen to Turbo Richard. Dragging a defender back into plus territory. He'll make something out of nothing. Meeting in the Holy War in 3 years. Notre Dame and BC. Reed Harris in motion. And the handoff to Richard in a stacked box. No real estate available when it comes to college football. BC will stack the box. Carr wants to throw it. And the freshman signal caller will step up. Plenty of green in front of him. Well, he faked the pass 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
It's the do-it-all defensive back, KP Price. They'll line him up at linebacker. They'll line him up at safety, play him in man coverage. Really fun player to watch.
Our Chili's 3 impact players. Pauling in motion. Carr crossing route, a little mesh concept. Shake and bake for Pauling, and a first down. Early 2 setbacks at Miami and against Texas A&M on 4th and goal from the 11. Love, full head of steam, lowers the boom. And Price, pretty good as well. Carr loads one up deep, and there it goes. Picked off, intercepted. Isaiah Ferris, like a center fielder, hauls it in.
You got to give Boston College a lot of credit. This is a tough down and distance for Notre Dame to be in. I expect Boston College to bring pressure here to force C.J. Carr into a quick decision.
Raritan went in motion. They'll set up the screen to Price. Looking for blockers. Can't find him. Stopped at the 40. Stormy, thank you. On 4th down and 6 to start our second quarter. And the play clock winding down. Carr claps for it, and here we go. Off the back foot, heaves one deep, has a man. Make it 2. And how about the touchdown on 4th and 6 to Malachi Fields?
Well, it's been a slow start for the Fighting Irish today, but they finally find some juice on that last drive. C.J. Carr.
Eagles get it back. 9 plays for just 17 yards thus far to the edge. McDonald motions out. Lonergan across the middle. Jeremiah Franklin tripped up near the line to gain. They'll spot him a yard shy. You love having those physical wideouts blocking on the edge.
Absolutely.
Lonergan loads one up, looking for the seam, sitting down and making the play. Back at the 38, intercepted by Tay Johnson. Look at what he found.
Timeout on the field.
Second pick of the season for the freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Offensive coordinator, they're drooling over. If you can have a running back that is a true receiving threat out of the backfield, that is big time, and that's what Love does.
Play action on first down. Jordan Faison into the red zone just like that. Back-to-back huge passing plays from C.J. Carr to start the second.
And we've been saying it all game long. Boston College, once again, there is no deep middle safety. If you don't have a deep middle safety, Notre Dame is going to continue to... Lewis, you're trying to stop the run, but you have to give your secondary some help.
Price, the jump cut, and shimmies ahead across the 15. Now the J&J combo at running back continues to be elusive and elite. Price will shove the pile. Now you listen to Coach Saban on game day this morning. He called the Fighting Irish one of his top 5 teams in the land. A spin by Price. It'll be first down and goal from the 6.
A couple things they need to clean up, red zone being one of them.
We saw the playoff percentages. Price a stutter step. Stood up and the ball flies out. It came out late. And now there's a rumble on the turf to try to pick it up.
In the forced fumble. If Boston College is going to pull off the massive upset today, they're going to need more plays like this. Great job by the Eagles. Lonergan when we come back. He's given so much to this program, Dylan Lonergan. He had such a hot start to the year. You got to think it's an emotional roller coaster ride for him. Unfortunately, just hasn't played great as of late, and that's why Grayson James is in the ball game.
Lewis Bond just checked out, appeared to be banged up for BC. Leading receiver, Turbo Richard, a nice cut.
He has to hesitate just a second to make sure that the quarterback doesn't have the football in his hands on a bootleg.
Richard straight ahead, so clearly a spark with James and Richard. A big play, 3rd and short, nearly halfway home in our second quarter. Richard weaving his way through traffic. That'll be enough for a first down across the 30. Bond back on the field in motion. He'll try to block for Turbo, and he's stacked up. And a loss of yards behind the 30. On second down, James. Late toss to his tight end Franklin, his second catch across the 45.
So I want to work a man-to-man matchup at the top of the screen.
James looking towards Skeet off the back foot. There's the seam and a first down. Lewis Bond into Notre Dame territory to the 35. And a gain of 18 on 3rd and 6.
What did I say? You need to work away from Leonard Moore. That's exactly what James does. You're going to see up here. This is like a little inside slant. Great job working away from the great corner at the bottom of the screen, finding your best wide receiver in a man-to-man.
Grayson James, you wonder if he wants to run it. Not this time. Quick strike. It's accurate to Bond. And shoved out just shy of the line to gain. The handoff. Give came in awkwardly. Didn't need much, but I'm not sure. He's going to be stacked up behind the line. He may have lost a yard.
Heavy personnel for Boston College. Extra tight ends in the game.
14th play of the drive. A little confusion. James has it broken up at the last minute. After BC went for it on 4th and 2, analytics suggested to kick the field goal. Notre Dame gets it back. Love off the screen with a burst and a first down. Agree with the decision there to go for it on 4th and short as opposed to kicking the field goal?
I do agree with the decision. I think you just have to think about a big picture. If you're Boston College, you're 1-7 on the season. And if you can...
After the run by Jeremiyah Love for 3. Carr will dump it off to his star running back. And the home run threat, even the spin becomes electric. Matt, we're getting weird here in Chestnut Hill. Just a 1-score game after the 2-minute timeout. But Notre Dame on the move. And C.J. Carr on first down. Wants it all again. He's got a guy. Pass is caught. Will Pauling. From 1 score to 2, and Notre Dame trying to seize control at the end of the half from 44 yards out.
Look at where the defensive backs are lined up for Boston College. Everybody is down low trying to play runs. So what are you going to do? You're going to hit Will Pauling right down the middle of the field on a post. You hit Malachi Fields on a post, you might as well go to Will Pauling and give him a shot down the field. This is just pitch and catch in the backyard for C.J. Carr. Way too easy. I understand Boston College. You want to sell out to stop the run.
Go for Dose as we go for Dose, brought to you by Dos Equis. Carr, screen, Jeremiyah Love reaching, and I don't think so.
They just haven't found the end zone yet.
It also feels like a different offense with James as the quarterback. Jaden Skeet. James with time, and now hit on the helmet, and it's going to be brought down to the 20. Well, Big Paul came in. James went down quickly. It was Bryce Young.
Keeps his eyes down the field, stays calm, and delivers a strike for a first down.
BC, all 3 timeouts remaining. Let's see how aggressive the Eagles want to be. Bond, turn around, and there is the football into Notre Dame territory. Well, James was able to thread the needle before Bond was able to make the cut. 12-0 score occurring after a missed PAT off the upright and a failed 2-point conversion. James, just in time, has Skeet. That's a first down in the red zone. Jaden Sneed with the pressure on first down from the 21. The pump fake by James, directing traffic and gobbled up way back in the 25.
You're going to see on the edge, getting around the edge. And this is one where Grayson James has to understand. The cavalry's coming. When you get outside this pocket, you better tuck that football and run.
Bond motions out one of the top receivers in BC history. Pressure. He'll float it the other way. Man-to-man coverage. There's a flag, and there's a catch for Reed Harris. It's a touchdown for BC, and the Eagles back in it here at the end of the half.
There's nothing special to the play design. This is just a basic go route outside by Reed Harris. I like the tight split to save the wide receiver some space out to the boundary. But this is just a one-on-one matchup. Who wants it more? Reed Harris does an excellent job of using all 217 pounds of his frame to work through that contact. You see the concentration on the football, and that is a big league play for the wide receiver.
No problem at all for BC. Jadarian Price returned a kick for a touchdown 2 weeks ago against SC. And bottled up and hit hard at the 35 here. One time out to work with for C.J. Carr. Loads one up, crossing pattern, BC territory. Lasso down was Faison.
Carr has to get this football out quickly.
He does. He has his tight end. Raritan picks up the first down, racing out. And from the 4, tripped up after a short return.
Grayson James has created for this Boston College offense.
James has been a difference maker. He rolls out to his right, delivers it underneath to his tight end, Jeremiah Franklin, with a quality pickup, Stormy.
To pick up this 1 yard and keep this drive alive.
And you love quarterback run. Going to hand it off to Richard. And he picks up the first down on 3rd and short. Drake Bowen brought him down, a 2-yard pickup.
Very critical to make it 3rd and manageable and keep drives alive.
Against 4-man pressure, blitz is picked up. Slant pattern, grabbed by Skeet in traffic. And across the 35.
They need to get off the field here because right now Boston College has a lot of belief that they can hang with the number 12 team in the country.
Here comes pressure. James into the flats, wide open. Chazinski with his first grab, and the freshman rumbles out of bounds in Notre Dame territory.
The coordinator Will Lawling. Here's Chazinski up top. Watch when he motions down. This is man coverage by Notre Dame. Watch the communication amongst the defensive backs. The motion down into the bunch formation causes confusion. You see some palms up by the defensive backs. Anytime you motion down into a bunch or stack, it puts a lot of pressure on a secondary to make the right call. He's been a lot of fun to watch.
It was a touchdown at the end of the half. They got BC back in it. Turbo Richard hit the X button, racing towards the 35. 5 minutes in to our second half. Richard into a pile. Let's see where they spot it. Richard, the running back, he'll get the give and pick up the first. Now the pile was pushed in BC's favor, and the drive continues, now 10 plays deep.
And making good decisions.
James under control. Crossing pattern, Skeet. Well, James Skeet has also assisted. Bond in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep. Come back the other way. Franklin's got it. Close to another BC first down.
They have 2 plays to get 1 yard. Don't be surprised if they take a shot here in the air.
Straight ahead Richard instead, right at the line to gain. James, and now Richard, the jump cut, and that's exactly what he needed to do. The drive continues for BC. Play number 16. James going to be tracked down from behind and fortunate to hold on to the football as he was spun down by Burnham. And Joshua Burnham Creates a third down and long situation for this BC offense.
Well, and that's what the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are used to. Here's Burnham on the edge and just gets a really good push from the get-go. Gets right into the offensive tackle's chest, spins off of it. Reed Harris at the top of your screen. He scored the touchdown earlier for Boston College.
Third and long. James under duress, dumps it off. Pass is caught. Franklin's got it. Luca Lombardo, one of the top kickers in America, has been perfect this season.
And I think the thing to remember, though, is Notre Dame does not control their own destiny because they do not have a conference title. They need help along the way.
C.J. Carr, pass is caught by Jordan Faison. That'll be a first down, a gain of 11. Carr to Love. Jeremiyah Love with a penalty flag down, rumbles across the 45. A 17-0 win by the Eagles. Love on second and short. Drive continues towards midfield.
And you need to get Love and Price going so that you can take back control the momentum.
It's the top running back room in America. Carr back to the air. Raridan turned around, found the football, and a big play for Notre Dame. Gain of 30 yards.
Well, why would you put the football on the ground and listen to me when you can throw it up to your big tight end, Eli Raridan, at...
Well, Tim Lewis's defense has been outstanding, stacking the box, slowing down this Notre Dame ground game. But Carr's starting to figure things out versus some of this man coverage. Malachi Fields. Pauling went in motion. Jeremiyah Love searching for a crease. Finds one. Into the end zone for the Notre Dame touchdown. What a response after the 21-play drive by BC. After the missed PAT by Marcello Diametti moments ago, the third different place kicker for the Fighting Irish. And across the 25. Just the third possession of this third quarter. Lewis Bond ushered out at the 33.
Self-inflicted wounds for this Notre Dame football team.
A consistent theme. Richard tries to bounce it outside and cannot. It was lassoed by Burnham. Back-to-back losses against Miami and Texas A&M. Boston College has lost 7 games in a row this season. The pump fake, the completion, and a first down. Jaden Skeet still alive to the 42. And the drive continues for BC, a gain of 22. The ball may have popped out late. It did. They're going to allow this play to continue on, and Drake Bowen racing to the end zone. Try to punch it loose, and to me and to Jerry and Brock, indisputable video evidence enough to overturn the call in the field. The fumble did occur. He just got it back in time while he was down on the turf here. It's been that kind of game and that kind of weird, and another bang-bang play that could have been a turnover. Notre Dame's playoff hopes in the balance tonight in Chestnut Hill. Late option toss. That was awkward. Turbo Richard shoved out of bounds. He's going to lose a yard or two. Second down and 11. James escapes the pocket. On the move, directing traffic. James to the edge, and then now is escorted out of bounds. Pressure. James, little jump toss, intercepted. And Notre Dame picks it off. Adon Shuler.
Well, the Fighting Irish.
Matt, thank you very much. Of course, with Lenore Sellers, Shane Beamer's team feels like they'll have a chance to pull off the upset. Ole Miss has been awfully impressive after the interception by Adon Shuler. Jeremiyah Love, full head of steam, and there he goes. Love off to the races. Will reach the end zone for the Fighting Irish touchdown and wake up the echoes.
Jeremiyah Love sets up this block. Watch how he stretches the defense, and then he allows his offensive line in the zone scheme to go to work. And really, the big fella Wagner at right tackle really seals off the defense. But it's how the running back presses the line of scrimmage. He's patient, and as soon as he sees his hole, he hits the go button, and the rest is history. All of a sudden, you have a 2-possession game. This is a gotta-have-it drive for the Eagles to stay in this ball game.
Eagles need it right here and right now. Jaden Skeet out of bounds short of the 30.
Bit sloppy early, but you get the turnover, complimentary football with the touchdown right after it. That's what we expected to see.
Third down, the sack. Drake Bowen wanted a scoop and score moments ago. Yeah, he went back home to Michigan just to press the reset button, gear up for this playoff push. Quick strike here. Jordan Faison. Now Jeffrey went in motion, an outstanding blocker. He will lead the way, or try to, for Price, and I don't think so. Australian punter out of Melbourne. You mentioned the fake. There it is. Love trying to get to the edge, the hurdle, and I don't think so. BC was ready and waiting. Totally destroy Colorado. And we will see what that game looks like this evening. Meanwhile, back to live action after the stop on 4th and 2 on the fake punt.
Plenty of time to get back in this ball game. I like that call. BC has yet to abandon the run, finding some rhythm here early in the drive.
Franklin upended quickly. Got a fingertip on that pigskin across the line. James, Franklin, not the coach, but the completion.
If I'm Boston College at some point in this drive, I want to call a quick screen to get this defensive line to calm down.
How about a quick slant and a first down? BC, third and extremely long. James, it's going to be a little longer. The sack comes in the 5th of this game for Notre Dame.
Well, and listen, I get it. It's tough to play quarterback when you know a defensive line is going to tee up. But keep an eye. This is your go-to wide receiver at the top, Lewis Ball. And this is what I've been saying. This is basically going to be a Hail Mary situation.
4th and 32. Triple coverage. And the pass broken up.
After that SC game 2 weeks ago, no turnovers here today.
Yeah, there was the one interception thrown near the goal line.
Yes, he is, Stormy. He has made some big-time throws down the field for touchdowns today.
Neat moment for him this past week during the open day.
I really think he's met him. He's a very polished young man. You can tell great leadership skills, and here's a big 4th down.
4th down, Fighting Irish will go for it. Carr dumps it off. Love picks up the first.
I have to think there is some sort of solution, and the biggest key for Notre Dame moving forward, whichever kicker you move forward with, you got to start building some confidence. I mean, that's clinic tape. That run, the way he set up the block and the offensive line washed everyone down, and then when he sees that hole, I mean, that's stuff that coaches show at coaching clinics.
Game tonight against the Gamecocks after the 44-yard punt. BC back to work. Intercepted again. Tay Johnson with a pick 6. Continue the conversation on Notre Dame, too, because it feels like the kind of game. You look at the box score tomorrow, 15-point win.
No panic for this Notre Dame football team. You are a quality football club. You got to figure out the kicking game. But you got to remember, you're coming off a bye. You didn't know what you were going to get out of a 1-7 opponent. Grind the film hard. You'll clean up the fundamentals. Stop hurting yourselves.